And this is one of the problems we've got, because most people, Alex, their only access to information is public service broadcasting, the BBC. They listen to the BBC and they give it the credence that it used to have. And of course they're being lied to and cheated to all the time. And it's given us that some people now are beginning to understand that, and they're not voting. It's extraordinary that, do you know that nearly half the electorate today won't vote at all?
Absolutely, because they don't trust the mainline parties, and they're not even aware of the UK Independence Party that's having victory after victory inside of a complete news blackout. And that's the good news, is that the British people are starting to find out what's happening. If they'll just get out there and vote, they can defeat this system. It's like a week or two ago, Gordon Brown was in a meeting with a lady, one of these staged events, and she said, look, the illegal aliens are bankrupting us. They're voting. The country's falling apart. And he got in his car and called her a bigot. I mean, since when, if you don't let your country be overrun and you don't let your country go bankrupt and you stand up for your country, you're not a bigot. I mean, Gordon Brown, is he going to be defeated?
He's certainly going to be defeated, but you see, the interesting thing is, if you mention immigration, if you mention these things which real people, ordinary working, she was an ordinary working person, she was an ordinary little old lady, in an ordinary little old working town of this country, and she's the bigot for mentioning it. But it's not just Gordon Brown, Alex, that's how they all think. They all think the same way. The establishment parties think the same way.
But that's the globalist plan. I mean, the UN and others admit no nations, no borders, and they will bring in people, they will get them on welfare, have a dependent group, and then somebody says, hey, this has got to stop, and Gordon Brown calls her names. Give us a forecast. What do you see happening in the next few years in England?
Well, it's going to get worse and worse because the country, I'm afraid the country's broke. It's just the same as Greece. We've got a guy coming in. I think tomorrow morning you'll see that the new Prime Minister here will be Dave Cameron, and he has got nothing to offer. He believes in just the same things. He looks better on TV. He sounds better. He's more plausible, but he's just as stupid and hopeless as the outgoing government. You've had the same thing over in America. You had somebody going out who didn't get it right. You had somebody who came in who would look good on TV, didn't he? Didn't Obama look good on TV and plausible and smooth and handsome? He's got no more idea than the group that went out. And we've got exactly the same thing. We're losing a guy who's unpopular, looks bad, doesn't perform well on TV, and we've got another guy coming in who's smooth and slick, but just as bad.
Absolutely, and all the cameras, all the surveillance. Cameron said he's going to keep the open borders. He's going to try to force you into the euro, which over 80% of Brits don't want. But it looks like time is running out for these people, though. I mean, do you agree that worldwide the people are really starting to wake up to this globalist agenda?
Well, they are, but the trouble is it's going to get worse before it gets better. And, of course, it's always the same, isn't it, Alex? It's always the same. The people that have got us into this mess will have their Swiss bank accounts nicely stuffed. It's ordinary working Joes that are going to suffer.
And we know it is the big private central banks that are openly announcing a global government. They have engineered the entire thing. They want the third world population pouring into every wealthy nation to bankrupt them by design. I appreciate Godfrey Bloom joining us today. Give us the UK Independence Party website. If you just hit UKIP website, you'll find us. Absolutely. So it's the UK Independence
Party website, and you'll find us, and you'll find speeches, you'll find manifestos, you'll find the lot. You'll find my witty and amusing speeches, Alex. They're brilliant. I recommend them to all your listeners.
I know, sir. We've played a lot of them here. I love how you and Nigel Farage and others really stand up to these crooks and tell them they're illegitimate thugs and expose what's happening. And hopefully we'll see, on the eve of the election, Nigel Farage out on TV or something, him with a bandage on his head. I mean, hopefully
he'll come back. You can't put Nigel Farage away. I made a speech in the Parliament yesterday condemning all this business in Greece. Now, Tilly, can I make a public announcement on your lovely show, Alex?
Yes, go ahead.
I would be delighted to come and do a live show in Austin, Texas, whenever you invite me, to tell people over there, your side of the pond, how it really is.
Absolutely. You're welcome to come anytime, and we appreciate you joining us. Any other websites, Mr. Bloom?
No, UKIP, you'll find us.
All right. God bless. We'll talk to you soon. We'll all pray for Nigel Farage.
Thank you so much, Alex.
All right. Have a great week coming up. Hopefully you guys win big tomorrow in the elections. Everybody get out there and vote in the UK to defend your sovereignty from the bankers. We'll be back with more key news straight ahead.